Good morning.
Good morning. Hello. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
My name is Ian. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Konstantinos Anastasios Varelis.
Where are you from?
I'm from Greece.
Can I see your identification, please?
Here you are.
Thank you. Good. Thank you. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself, okay? Let's talk about learning a language. How did you learn the languages that you know?
Well, I went to an English language school when I was 8. Most children start learning a foreign language in that age in my country.
Why do people learn more than one language?
There's very much competition for work nowadays, so people need to speak more than one language to find a good job. Also, people can communicate more easier with foreigners.
Okay. And do you think that all children should be taught foreign languages at school?
I think all children should learn foreign languages at school because not all families have the money to send their children to a private language school or get a private teacher. This would be fairer for all children.
Right. Let's move on to talk about the media. Do you read any newspapers or magazines?
No, I don't. I learn usually what is happening around the world from watching the news on TV or the radio. I like to read fashion magazines sometimes to find out about the latest clothes.
And what kind of articles do you find the most interesting?
There are many interesting articles in fashion magazines, but I like those about health or food or fashion and beauty.
Okay. And how about advertising? Do you enjoy watching the adverts on television?
No, I don't, and I get angry when they stop the program that I'm watching. I know that advertisements inform you for new products, but I'm not interested and I often find them boring. Some from them are clever and funny and I like them.
Ielts Academic. Speaking test, part 2. Now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 or 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. And you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Here is some paper and a pencil for making notes. And here is your topic. All right? I'd like you to describe a website that you often use. All right? Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Well, I use a lot of websites, especially social networking sites, but the one I use always is Facebook. I've used it since I was 14. That's about 8 years now, and I find it exciting. All my friends started using Facebook at that time. It's a good way to see what my friends are doing, especially they who have moved abroad. Also, I can talk with close relatives that I can't see every day. Facebook is interactive and it is more personal than sending an email. I love it that I can speak to my friends anytime and see them too. I like when somebody posts something funny or unusual that makes me to laugh. I like writing comments on their posts too. Facebook is so important for me now that I don't think I could live without it.
Thank you. Ielts Academic Speaking Test, Part 3. We've been talking about websites on the internet. I'd like to discuss with you one or two more general questions relating to this topic. First, let's consider safety online. What are some of the dangers associated with using the internet?
There are so many dangers for both adults and children. Children can see some things that are not good for them in some sites that contain violence, etc. Also, people post videos of themselves or their friends in inappropriate poses. Another danger is cyberbullying, and there have been many victims of this. Many children also become addicted to computer games.
And do you think children and young people are likely to be more vulnerable to these dangers?
Can you please tell me what does the word vulnerable means?
Yes. It means that someone can be easily hurt emotionally or physically.
Thank you. Of course, children are too young and don't think of the dangers.
Right.
They believe everything they hear or see. For example, if they're talking with somebody they don't know and who he pretends to be a good guy and asks them to meet with him somewhere, they will possibly go. If that person is not who he says he is, they may get into big trouble.
Right. Do you think parents can do something to protect their children from these threats?
Yes, parents can do many different things to make sure their children are okay. They should put the computer somewhere and not in their child's bedroom. Then they can watch what their child is doing. Also, parents should talk to their children and tell to them the dangers of internet so that way the kids must know what to do or what not to do and be more careful. Another thing is that parents must have good relationship with their children so they can tell them if anything strange or unusual happens.
So, you think children should not be allowed to use the internet then?
They should be allowed, but they must be aware of the dangers. If parents give them some valuable advice, such as to not share internet passwords with anyone, to not reply to rude messages, to not post inappropriate photos and things like that, then there won't be any problem. But parents must always know of what their children are doing.
Do you think there is more to expect from the internet, or do you feel it's reached its full potential?
Well, there is more to expect from it. I don't know what, but I'm sure there's still much more to come since it started. There are so many improvements and it will continue to grow with more online information, entertainment and social networking. I believe it will be many years before it reaches its full potential.
Okay, thank you very much. That's the end of the test.
Okay, thank you.